Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome, with my boy
Gregory Gilbert from Washington, D.C.
We're wearing gray today. We're rocking it out. This guy was just absolutely crushing some day trades today. You feel good about it?
Oh, I feel awesome about it. Train with the best, become the best.
I love that. Speaking of the best, let's go look at some charts. You guys rock. We'll see ya. Bye.
Lord.
Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Jeremy Alexander Newsome with RealLifeTrading.com. I hope you're doing majestically fantastic. We got ourselves the SPY today on the boards, hitting new all-time highs like a boss. I love it. We are cruising. Here's the weekly chart, and again, we do have a retest gap on a weekly. So at some level, you'll get a retest of this particular price, and it will be healthy. Will be normal, should be moderate. I don't think it'll be anything crazy town, but a lot of people are going to start buying here pretty soon. You should start getting emails relatively soon about how bullish the market is and how this is a great opportunity to buy and all that kind of good stuff. And unfortunately, not the best time to buy. So you'll get some retests to some degree at some level. This should be small, and we'll just likely continue higher from here. So overall, I love this move on the SPY. Very pretty bullish gap and go. Here's the 5-minute chart. And what was very, very nice about today is you had that pre-market resistance, that pre-market high, chop, 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 city, breakout. So you traded sideways for about an hour, and then it broke out. Really nice move. So the SPY was just rampaging, which I like. Good to see that we're on all-time highs on everything except the Dow Jones, which I have been saying since February that we're just going to slowly grind higher into new all-time highs. Here's the stocks that were requested today: Intel, INTC, and Intel doing its thing, hanging out. Nice, cute little doji candles today. Today made a little bit of a higher high and a higher low. Here's a longer-term moving average, and I forget the first person, the most recent person asked me to look at this one, but last time I looked at it in the afternoon swing trading room, it was at this support and this. Oh wow! Whoa! Ooh! It was at this support, and this candle came in right. So that candle came in, and my opinion on the analysis was, if you're going to trade it, just simply wait for it to break above that high with a stop below that low. Obviously, once that candle came in, you would have taken the stop and put it below that low. And then you got that one white soldier candle that came in with fierce ferocity and would have triggered that trigger, got the flag, and then it popped. So yeah, realistically on Intel, I mean, I like the bounce. The 200 simple will be a little bit of a resistance. Weekly chart looks good. You got kind of a morning star pattern forming on a weekly. So yeah, got a little bit of a morning star, and overall looks decent. If you can find a short-term play on it, go crush it. AMAT. We actually are in a bearish swing trade on this one. On AMAT, here's the daily chart. My analysis as of yesterday was I'll hold and I'll reevaluate on Friday. So it got triggered in by about a penny or two on the 24th of August. Now, I guess I could have my entry a little bit higher. I did think about that. I guess I was taking the breakout on a retest gap, so it is a black candle gap and down. I thought that this was the retest, and so as I was rolling over, right, you had that inside candle right there. So I wanted to take the breakout. I guess I should have gone on my gut instincts to just take that secondary retest. But anyway, a little bit of a bearish candle, and the moving average, you know, it's below our stop. Here's the weekly, and AMAT does have an inside week right here below the 100 simple on a weekly. So I'm not saying it's going to go lower, but I am in a bearish trade on it just in case, because it's never a horrible idea to at least have one bearish trade out there, depending on your experience in the markets, of course. Really strong break of support. If you turn on the weekly moving averages, you're below them all. They've all crossed down. Yeah, so it's a little bit of weakness there, and that's why we're in bearish. So we'll see what happens on AMAT. Next on the list, had requested Urban Outfitters, URBN. Urban Outfitters, the place for weird books. Here's the long-term moving averages, and you got a really interesting Dragonfly Doji candle today. Nice lower shadow right near, very close to the 100. I actually like it. If you're going to play Urban Outfitters, I would get in bullish, probably above the high of all these three candles, and my stop would be below these lows. So my entry would be approximately 45.90 with a stop down here at about 40. Well, I really could just do 42.90 and keep it just a nice even amount of numbers, shares. Otherwise, have your stop a little bit tighter, But yeah, I like the candle today. I like the kind of back-to-back lower shadows, a little bit of buying pressure. Here's the weekly chart on Urban Outfitters, and for the most part, it's pretty sideways. So if you go to a monthly chart, you'll see a pretty interesting time frame. So here's the monthly. So you've had a huge bullish move on Urban Outfitters. And the ironic part is it kind of looks like it's done this before back over here, right? Big move up, big move down, kind of one of these things, big move up, and then a giant crash. Come down to the low, and then a huge move higher. So if I repeat that exact same pattern but in reverse, here's the huge move higher that made a new all-time high. This will be the second wave. That's the lower wave, right? And then you have this one and this one. Same exact pattern. Same exact pattern. Check that out. So at this particular point in time, I'm not saying that we are right here in that, pattern, but it sure does look like it. So anyway, to me, I would just be a little bit cautious for buying Urban Outfitters here. Let it pull back a little bit more, buy the dip. In that short-term trade that I just mentioned, if you want to play that, get in, get out for a quick little gain and move on. Here's AWX, and AWX today was down 4.87%. This is the daily chart on Avalon Holdings. Not entirely sure what Avalon is, but looks like it had a quick flash in the pan a few days ago. Huge quick run up, massive gap up. Everyone in the world sold who was in, and it just traded right back down to the low. This looks like, to me, just a flash. That's probably, that's going to be it, I think. Now, if you want to take a flyer on it, just in case, you can always do like an absolute zero. But at this point, I would be waiting for a strong candle to close above a resistance. So, for example, this candle, or even that candle, both of them did have obvious strong closes with good bullish volume. As of right now, you haven't really had that candle at all. Maybe this one, but the problem with that one is it was actually lower than this wick. So at this particular point, you're probably drawing a trend line, something like this. Until we close above that trend line, I wouldn't worry about it. And if it trades back down to 274 and you want to buy some shares at 250 with a possible risk of zero and just have an absolute zero risk to the upside, cool. I mean, makes sense. That's AWX, and then here's CGC. Someone told me earlier today, I don't know exactly what it was, but they mentioned that weed stocks were going higher. I mean, this is the first time I heard anything about it. CGC, Canopy Growth, had a really cool retest gap yesterday that me and my buddy Greg, you just met him in the intro video. We were playing that one yesterday on a 3-minute chart. I'll show you how we were playing. This was a paper trade because I don't think it was available to short, actually. So Greg's a little bit newer into the markets, but I'm just letting you all know, watch out. If you're undisciplined and you don't follow your rules, he's about to come take your money because this guy, ex-Marine, shows up, puts in the work, does everything you ask him to do. He's hungry, folks. We got a new real-life trader out there in the markets ready to just soak it up. So anyway, I'm trying to pull up this chart, but for some reason it's not loading. So I guess I'll do a 5-minute. So today was a nice gap on Canopy Growth. Obviously a little bit of a bullish gap and go. But yesterday, this was a really, really good move. Yesterday, when it had a good breakdown, and here was the double top that we played. So big, nice, bullish candle. So here's the support. All right, so again, this is yesterday. Big bullish candle to start the morning. We broke that. We retested it, double top. And this is where we did a paper short. So again, not real money, just practicing, just growing, learning, understanding. But nice rollover, good move on CGC. It was a retest gap after all, so it makes sense to wait for the S-curve to come in before you short it. Anyway, so that's CGC. So now, I mean, folks, we closed above the high of yesterday already today, which tells me that yesterday was the pullback. So if you waited for a pullback and you were able to get in yesterday, great. If you were not, most of you probably had a little bit of a lower limit. If it gaps up tomorrow, which it probably will, I would almost say for a high degree of certainty, you're going to get a little bit of a selling candle tomorrow, and you'll get likely something like this where you trade back down and kind of bounce again. So you'll get another opportunity on CGC in my opinion, but that's just kind of what I would look for if I were in your shoes. Really quickly, just to review some other stocks. This one was a late request. Here's Twitter. And Twitter, my good buddy Ram, made some good money on those calls. So Ram, good job. I think you bought those on this day right here. That was the breakout of that pattern, right? So you got that was your new white soldier candle. That was the first bullish candle to close above the 10. Had good volume, good breakout. So that was definitely the candle to get in on. And then yeah, he got in. You know, he got an inside candle. You guys just learned about those. Inside candle, and then it broke out again. So anyway, I do think Twitter eventually fills this gap. It's just going to take some time and some chopping around. My girl Cheryl Mall has some put sales on Twitter as well. Here's the 100-200. So if you're not in right now, a little bit of an evening star reversal on Twitter. I'd probably let it trade back down potentially and look to buy the dip around 33.50, but it will likely accumulate in this area for a bit. Amazon, cruising for a bruising. Bullish gap and go. We probably hit that next target tomorrow of 2037, but this is a strong bullish gap and go. Volume did kick in, and I know you guys feel like it's extended, but it has room, plenty of room to run, because we did just have a pullback almost to the 50. So the 50 EMA, that pullback, and again, a little sour because I had the setup on it on this day, and I missed it by dollars on Amazon. Good bullish gap. If you're in it, at least hold till 2037. But beyond that, I mean, I have no idea. But the trend right now is strong. Okay, that is my thoughts on Amazon. What else? I don't know. Apple, just doing what Apple's doing. It's at 220. Oh man, this market's going insane. The Q's up 1.15. Everything's just going nutsos. Here's a trade that we took and set this one up just the other day on Domo Origato, Mr. Robato. DOMO. This is the exact setup right here. And we did this setup in the afternoon swing trading room entirely based on that inside candle right there. Right? We broke up. You can see the S curve. You see the two white candles. This is the rest. You got an inside day, so we took it bullish. That simple. Nice 2R trade. The green arrow shows where I got out. Was able to get out for 1.48R gain, which that particular move and a nice decent day yesterday and the day before that. And they had some good days just around the last few days and weeks. Able to be sitting at, ready for this one, 12.83 Rs for the month of August, ladies and gentlemen. With only 2 days left, you can guarantee your boy is not going to go lower than 10 unless something insanely cataclysmically weird happens in the market, which is certainly possible. But go ahead and rest assured, take your bets. I'm closing above 10 Rs for the month. Like I said I would at the beginning of August, feeling good about it. You all rock. I'll see you later. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade. Bye.
What's going on? Whoa, you made it to the end of this video. Did you know that most people have a very short attention span and they can't finish any video on YouTube over 3 minutes? You just did that. So click this subscribe button because I have tons of videos just like this all the time. And if you like this video, you're probably gonna love that one. You're awesome.